Hey guys, welcome to Kai Dragon Garden Cooking, and today is an exciting day. It's the day we've been waiting for at least about a month and a half. It's harvest time. We have some beautiful, fresh green beans here ready to be eaten, canned, or frozen, depending on how you want to do it. So there's just so many different things you can do with green beans, and they're one of the best staples for a garden. And green beans also replenish the soil. So if you're rotating crops, this here is one of the best plants you can have for helping replenish the soil. They say that it puts nitrogen back in the soil, and one of the best partners for crop rotation if you rotate your crops in the garden bed, which a lot of times, in my opinion, you should, depending on the circumstances. If you have plenty of room, crop rotation is the best thing you can do, because every plant takes different nutrients. But let's dive right into this. I have my cutting shears for the green beans, and I have alcohol. Now the reason why I use alcohol is I want to sterilize these shears every so many cuts when I change plants, because all plants can carry different diseases, pests, bacteria, and this alcohol will help sterilize that in between changing plants or every other plant. It's just to minimize any casualty. This is recommended for any type of cutting you're doing to a garden plant, is sterilize your cutting tools. So with that, let's get right into it. We got our trusty bucket here for this, and we have so many of these. Drop down right here. And since we've already sterilized it the first time, we're gonna go ahead and cut right here at the stem. And there is our brand new green bean, ready to cook, ready to eat. You can also let these dry out on here and turn yellow if you want more green beans for seeds. Little tip there if you want to produce a lot more green beans for later in the season, since you can plant green beans pretty much throughout the whole growing year, and they grow quick. So this is the same plant, I'm not worried about it. And as you can see, it is still producing even more green beans here. Look at all those beautiful blossoms, and there's still some growing down here. So this plant is thriving very well in the garden this year. And then we're just going to look down here. And that's why I always say, make sure you look, because there's always green beans hidden anywhere and everywhere. And there's beautiful green beans, all ready to eat. All these beautiful green beans ready to eat. In fact, you could just eat them right off the vine if you wanted to, but they're better cooked. So we're going to go through this next process. So we'll probably speed lapse this a little bit, and we'll kind of show you just how much we end up harvesting.
The type of beans that he's planted there are bush beans, and they got a little bushier than normal, so we did have to put a couple poles up with some wire just to keep them from going over.
Actually, it is a correction. I planted the wrong bean this year. I usually have the bush style beans. Unwittingly, I bought the pole beans, so this is why they're really growing, which I'm starting to like these better, because I can just run 2 bamboo lines and just run some wire, let them climb up it, or if you have a trellis, let them climb up it, because these things have produced so much more than a bush bean. I feel like the bush bean only gets so tall off the ground and then it's one and done kind of thing, or it's slow producing. This here has absolutely been amazing. Okay, so we finished going through all the plants here, and I did forget about the wax beans, so we did grab those too. So this is about the harvest I got. This is the initial harvest. I counted probably at least 150 to 200 more green beans ready to go in maybe a week or two. So this is going to be a week or every 2 week process where we're going to be pulling green beans because we don't want them to get too ripe, and I'll show you why. So here is our wax beans that I had forgotten about. They're beautiful, ready to go. We just got to clean them, cut them, eat them. But I did forget about it, and this is the final husk of a green bean or a wax bean. These are ready to pull the beans out, dry them, and the beans in here are your source to grow new plants. So in theory, I could dry these and replant them this year or next year for more wax beans. So that's a little trick here, that if you have something like this, don't throw them away. Take the beans out, let them dry, you have beans for next year. And so we're going to pick up these wax beans, get them all situated. And then we'll set this here for now, because I do want to keep track of the ones that are like this. And here's as you can see, it's crispy. The beans are ready here. I could probably dry them for 2 weeks and put them back here in the garden and get more if I wanted to. But we've got so many, I'll just save these for next year. So we're going to put them in here for now, but in the corner. And then last thing we're going to talk about, and this is something new, and had I known what I know now, I probably would have bought more of these. But this is a Chinese green bean. These things are incredibly long. In fact, we're going to harvest this one to see what it tastes like, but you get a bunch of these, you can make some amazing stir fries. You could, hell, I think you cut this up in 5 or 6 pieces and have all sorts of green beans. So we're going to find out how well this tastes. We do have more growing, and unfortunately I was not able to find any place in town that sells the seeds for these. Otherwise I would have planted more. But they are also a pull. We got more growing here, and then we have one trying to grow. Oh, it was sneaky. It didn't grow up the vine. I'm trying to go back this way. It was sneaky, as you can see. It didn't go up the pole. It ignored it and went and tried to take the fence instead. So we'll have to train the vine to go back this way. And there is yellowing on there, so it is a little stressed, and that could be numerous things. Sun issues. I mean, we got some decent growing plants first. We got ants on them. Interesting. Well, the praying mantis will deal with a lot of that stuff, so hopefully. Select these through here. So we do have some yellowing. It could be based on watering, too much shade here in the corner. There's a lot of reasons for it. I'll still continue to monitor it. I don't ignore plants that turn yellow. I try to figure out what the core problem is. But yeah, we'll be doing more of this, more harvest. I'll update it, and then we'll have our big finale and kind of see how many green beans we have later this year. Hopefully you guys will be in store for some incredible gardening, canning and freezing. But for now, Mountain Beach fresh green beans, man. Thanks for watching. Check out these other videos. Bye for now.